I'm Ian McKellen, and I'm a gay man. Easily said now, but I wasn't prepared to say it until 8 years ago, at an age when some of my contemporaries are grandparents and are thinking about early retirement. I shall always regret that I left it too late to tell my mother and my father that I was gay. If you're feeling worried, if you feel it's a matter of despair, if you're feeling you're on your own, go to the people who can help you, because they were there before you were. Other parents of other gay children who are waiting in family group to give you the benefit of their advice and their concern, so that with them you can come through and discover that a family that has honesty at its heart is going to have a better form of love than ever before. I just wish FLAG had been around when I was a kid. Good luck.
When we discover we have a lesbian daughter or a gay son, it's often a development we're completely unprepared for, so we can be confused and angry and frightened. As the mother of a gay son, I understand completely these feelings. That's what gave me the idea of setting up a support group for parents. So 10 years ago, together with 2 other mothers, Joan and Cass, we set up the Manchester Parents Group. And now there are groups like this existing all around the country, and we all got together to set up FLAG, Families and Friends of Lesbians and Gays. FLAG exists to give support to all the local groups and telephone contacts. As parents, our main concern is the welfare and happiness of our children, and that is what everybody in FLAG is working towards.
Well, my son didn't tell me he was gay. I learned from his sister. She told me, and she thought I ought to know, and I just couldn't believe it. Just didn't add up.
I only realised that my son was gay just the week before. When I say realised, I had suspected, and I found out by stealing open an envelope. And I was so disgusted and upset and frightened. I went to the toilet. I was physically sick. It was shock, and guilt and remorse. And what have I done? Is it my fault?
Kevin first broached the subject of perhaps being gay when he was 14, and then at 17 he brought up the subject again, which by that time I'd forgotten. So I thought it must be something dreadful he was trying to tell me, but decided that I wanted to be a very supportive parent no matter what. And when he said he was actually gay, I thought, oh, thank God, I thought it was something dreadful he was going to tell me. I was so relieved.
I made completely the wrong moves to him. I suggested to him that he kept his head down, you know. In fact, I didn't suggest it to him, I emphasised it. I didn't get a chance to say much beyond that. When I told him to keep his head down, he told me he'd live his own life. And so far as he was concerned, the best thing I could do was to slide off out of it in no uncertain manner.
She told me that it was a choice between my family or my life here. I was like, you can't make me make that choice, you know, and then she also said that my dad wanted me to change my surname by Deepole, and they wanted nothing to do with me, and I haven't actually spoken to my dad since last Christmas.
Early on we went through a form of bereavement. We felt that we'd lost so much. It was a very sad time. We cried a lot. What we'd lost was just our own expectations for our son, and what we had to learn was that there was still a very good future, a very good life for him. But we didn't know that at that point.
See, what with parents, they go shopping in supermarkets, you know, they push their trolleys around, they meet a neighbour. The neighbour says, oh, John's getting married next week, or Sybil's getting engaged. What about your two? You see, what do parents say? This was the problem. They did not know how to react.
Well, it was the Manchester Parents Group that I joined, and we got terrific support. It was great to be able to go and talk about your son as he really is and was. To strip away all those myths and say, my son is a gay young man. Where do I go from here? How do I find out about it? We shared all our concerns and we debunked the myths as we went along, which is what they are, of course.
I got hold of also the phone number of another woman who ran a phone line for parents of gay children, much nearer to me. And I phoned her, and she invited me to come and spend the day with her. And actually, that was my watershed, really. That was incredibly wonderful. I just managed to talk to her as I'd talked to nobody before, and she was so supportive and so making me feel that all my feelings had been okay, that she'd had the same experiences herself and the same feelings.
Because although you look at the statistics and you know other people have got gay sons and daughters, it's different from actually meeting them in the flesh or hearing them over the phone. That's true of any minority grouping.
Yes.
And it is a minority grouping, something like 1 in 10, 1 in 12.
As well as running support groups, parents groups send out leaflets and booklets, as well as newsletters like Jill and Gordon Intent, who send out their acceptance newsletter, and Parents Together in London, who send out leaflets, and Leicester Parents Group, Manchester Parents Group, and many, many others around the country, who are all providing leaflets, etc., as a sort of stepping stone for parents, to give them the beginnings of a little information which they can then follow up by contacting the groups and going to meet people.
I still to this day find it very important to have a big network of parents who understand me and my family, because the world outside is still quite hostile in many ways. We've got a long way to go in this fight for equality. Meanwhile, parents like me still need each other. We need to talk to each other. I need to know I can pick that phone up if I've had a bad day or somebody's been really unkind about lesbians and gays.
But I thought I could change that, well, not me personally, but I thought she could be changed to a heterosexual person, because there was a lot of things in the press at that time about males changing into females and vice versa. And I thought it was just a matter of hormone injection. She was lacking female hormone, if you like. Yes, I thought that.
One of the questions parents often ask is, was it my fault? Is it because they were an only child, or one of many children, had an absent father, an overpowering mum? Was it genes? Was it hormones? Or any other theory that comes to mind? We have to reassure parents that there is no fault attached in any way to them or their children.
How do you cure a human being of being a human being? It's an impossibility.
Yeah.
And instead of wasting their time finding what the causes are, I mean, what causes heterosexuality, you might just as well have a grant to explore that rather than, you know.
Yeah.
It seems to me that the issues which need to be dealt with are how do we change things for the future.
We went to Manchester for the demonstration against Article 28, and because some of our members were quite frail as parents, we decided we wouldn't march with the main bunch, but we would stand on the pavement with our banners and let them march past us. It wasn't a tactic, it was just that they were so frail that we knew they couldn't go the distance. And the ovation we got from the crowd, and the kids who were running out of the crowd, putting their arms around us and saying, we wish you were our parents, and we wish our parents were with you. It was absolutely heartrending. It still makes me feel very tearful to think
A lot
of
of them felt they couldn't tell their parents,
That's
even
right.
after that.
Even though they might have been spotted on television.
Well, I think you expect things for all your children, not just, whether they're gay or not. I mean, I thought the oldest one was going to be a musician, because he got an A in music. And I thought, oh, I've got him in tails and everything, waving his baton. And he said, I don't want to be a musician, you know. He said, I'm just doing this for fun.
Right, the advice I'd give to parents whose children came out to them was to just listen and really concentrate on the fact that they're happy. And this has been a really difficult thing for them to do as well. It's like, it takes a lot of guts to come out to your parents. A lot of people don't, because the reaction could be too horrible. So they've thought about this a lot in order to tell you about it. So just listen to them and try and be open-minded. And okay, maybe it goes against all your principles, but at least they're happy.
If you are watching this video and you are a parent, what I would say to you is this: don't think you're alone. Don't think that this is the end of your life, because it isn't. In fact, it might be the beginning of your life. But do get help. Do talk to other parents. They've come through it, and so can you. Don't lose your child because he's gay.
This coming out thing, when you're keeping it hidden and you're saying to yourself, can I tell this person, when they turn around and say, oh, is he married now? It happens all the time. And at one time I would have said, no, he's single. But now I say he's gay.
The truth is that our sons and daughters have grown up to be very ordinary, normal, healthy young people that we can all be very, very proud of. So please, let's try and let go of these old, harmful myths and misinformation about homosexuality. They were wrong and they were cruel and harmful, but that wasn't our fault. We didn't know any better. But now, with better information, we can look forward with love and respect for each other to building happier, healthier, more loving families with very bright futures ahead.